Hello everyone, T-Man978. For the people that watch my G.I. Joe Classified series Dreadnought Ripper review, I asked who you wanted me to review next, and you're about to see who that is. Only a couple of people asked for it. Everybody else asked for one of the other people. And as an update, I called these dog tags around his neck, but apparently they are razor blades, and he has a razor blade in his ear. I don't see how that's safe for him, but it is what it is.
T-Man978 Chill Review.
Okay, here is Reformatted R45SG Mnemo Severed Grin. Someone asked in the comments, who is this Joker looking bot? And now it makes me feel like I need to do a ton more explaining than I typically ever do. First of all, I got this from Toy Dojo. Toy Dojo is an online toy store. They mostly specialize in Transformers and Transformers equivalent toys, but they have some other stuff on there. This particular toy is made by a company called Mastermind Creations. They mostly specialize in third-party Transformers figures. And in this case, they based this character off a Transformers character named Chrome Dome. In the IDW comics, Chrome Dome sort of looked like this. On top of all that, this is what's known as the Shattered Glass version of Chrome Dome. Shattered Glass is an alternate reality version of Transformers where the Autobots are the bad guys and the Decepticons are the good guys, and they're typically like inverted colors. But in this case, this was released as a convention exclusive. Previously, they released a character that looked a lot like Batman that wasn't Batman. So this is doing a lot. It's already stealing the intellectual property of what a Transformer looks like. But now they're putting DC Comics on top of that. So a lot is going on with this. In the packaging, you actually get the figure, which is in its vehicle mode, which is a Cybertronian or non-Earth mode. You get the instruction booklet, collector's card that has some stats on the back right here. Let's let you see that. And you get 3 weapons. These are like brass knuckles. This is something that resembles a crowbar, a long comical pistol, and you get this Joker looking face. To let you see the vehicle, if your wheels don't spin freely, it's because this is bent in a certain way where if it's angled up too high, it rubs. So angle it down. And over here you can see that they have ha spray painted on there, which is cool. Smile right there. This would be the full cockpit area, like, or whatever that happens to be on Cybertron, since they didn't have passengers for the most part. Then we have these little images on the wheels on the inside. But here's what it looks like on the back. If you flip the head around before you transform it, you don't have to worry about seeing the face if that bothers you. But it should roll. On this wheel, it's just this part right here that's spinning. Like this doesn't spin. Just everything in the center. And up here, this spins. But on this surface, is not really rolling that well for me. Now, he does have these exhaust port things right there. You could, if you are pressed, place these accessories in there. I wouldn't stick them in there too far because they don't seem to want to come out. Put that like that, and this can go right here like that. Oh, so if you're pressed, you can have this dragging around or have it turned that way. Now getting them out, I suggest wiggling. And then I believe these are painted, so I don't know. This is the toughest one to get out because when you bend this, it twists the whole thing. So I would suggest not putting them in there, but I just wanted to show that it could. But since I did that, here's something you could do optionally. You could push this forward push this forward and detach this and rotate this end, but at this point rotate on this wheel to bring it to the back, and you can peg it in like that. So bring it out, rotate it, and peg it in like that, and then we can move this to there. And now the wheels are on the outside, but unfortunately the Joker face is upside down. But since he's a crazy character, upside down works. In my opinion, when these reformatted figures were created, they were designed to go or mix in with the regular Transformers generation, or what Transformers generation used to be. Here's what they are pretty much now. That's a Voyager class. This is a Voyager class size leader class. So nowhere near as long and whatnot. And this design always reminded me of this blur right here, which already reminded me of an unreleased Transformer called Transformers Trantex Cheetor. It was never released, but I feel like they took elements and gave it to this. And if I were to remove the front of this, it's not going to be exact one-to-one, but it's more similar. Like, all they have to do is add a shield to this, and this could be an animated style blur. I've been making separate transformation videos for my masterpiece and third-party figures, but this one has such a simple transformation, I'll just do it now. First thing I'm going to do is detach this, bring that there. Detach this, bring that there. Pull this out to the side right like that, and flip this panel in. Same thing over here. Pull this out, flip this panel in. Now we can lift up on that, lift up on this. And these arms can detach, and I'm gonna put it into that position for now, while I lift this and rotate this up. Rotate that up, and now we can pull up on that, pull up on this, so that we can get this up out of there and basically down like that. Back here, that can open up. I don't think you have to do that, but basically we need to rotate, come back to the front, rotate this up until it gets into this position. Spin this around, shut this on top of it. Now spin this around. It's a lot of spinning. Shut that and go ahead and push this all the way back down. Now we can lift this up and bend this down and just plug it to the chest. I'm going to start with the legs. We can go ahead right here and pull what will be the heel out. Pull this up and down. Now there's a peg right here that goes into a hole right there. You can plug that into the hole on the front. Rotate, well, actually do this, and now we can rotate this right here so that the foot and that lines up. Let's do that on this side. Open this heel up, but you got to keep the wheel in place to do it. Open that up, pull the front of the foot out. The peg right there goes into the peg hole. Line up the foot like that. Unpeg or unclip this and rotate that way. Now this is a little bit more complex, but basically we need to bend right here. Straighten this up, and now we can move this panel up over top to clamp into this. Now we can straighten that up, rotate it this way, and bring it down, and that's the front of his legs. You can leave this position however you want, but bend, lift this up, bend this, and get this basically over top of that to become the front of his thigh. Straighten that, rotate it, bring it down, and now we have the front of his legs. The arms. The arms need to rotate around this way, and this rotates separately. We can rotate the hand forward so that the thumb is on the top, and push this back so I can clip in. Let's do that again over here. Basically, I spin this around, then we can spin this around and do that. And when doing it that way, I didn't have to rotate the hand seemed to rotate itself. Now up here, we can detach this gold exhaust part. While you're bringing this down, rotate this and bring that in right here. And now take this exhaust part, put it in there. Same stuff, bring that, rotate the wheel and shut that, and bring this over here like this. I guess we can angle, these can squeeze, we can angle that forward to finish off the look. But now it is severed Grin Mnemo, or shattered glass chrome dome. Let's let you see this face up close. This is what IDW Comics made Chrome Dome look like. Kinda have bat ears and whatnot, but here's this. And I'm letting you see this. He can look up, he can look down, he can do side tilts and rotate. I'm letting you see this because nobody bought this for this face to be on there. The head just pops right off. And we can take this head and pop this one on and lift it back up so that we can get all that same articulation. When you want to transform it though, you need to push that down in order for that to happen because it's a little bit too high. Or this stuff right here bumps, but let's let you see the side of the head and the gold teeth in this face. So it could be whatever you want. Maybe this is a mech that Joker is controlling. Maybe Joker put his memory or mind into a transforming robot. Maybe it's the size of a human. Maybe it's a giant transforming car thing. You make up your own story. I believe these things on the hips are supposed to be lifted up, but they look better to me angled down. I'm gonna let you see the body fully. He is very lanky. That's how they had him in the comic. It is super hard for me to do reviews right now. If you hear background noise, I'm super sorry, because somebody always has a TV loud as crap. But anywho, I can't get him standing up that well. I can make him stand up, but here's the problem. Number one, this tab that holds this foot in place, it does not stay in there well. It does not like lock in. And this doesn't lock either. And this heel is not that great. This is what he's working with ankle pivot wise. With all those things not working and not working together, it does not work well with getting him posed. And for whatever reason, he seems to be back heavy, even though he doesn't have anything on his back. So it seems like he always wants to fall back. Probably because these heels don't work for shit. If you're patient enough though, you can find the sweet spot. And before I show the articulation, I did want to show him in a pose, so you have an idea of what the articulation is like beforehand. But here he is with that gun and with the brass knuckles, which do fold out like that. I don't know what use it would have to do that, but there you go. Just fits over the hand. And here's this gun in his hand. And here's another defenseless robot trying to get away from his crowbar right there. Now I showed the neck articulation. The arms are capable of going out that far. You can rotate them that way to get them to do the things you need them to do. You get a bicep swivel, the elbows bend, like pretty much all the way up because it's double jointed. It doesn't feel like it's double jointed at first, but there is a joint there and there. The wrists are on a ball joint, so you get some wiggle up and down and in and out. All the fingers open up at the same time, even though the index finger opens up separately, but it doesn't point straight. So yeah, what you gonna do with that? It has an ab crunch that's locked into place, but it does rock pretty much way more than it rocks more than 90 degrees, but looks like that. It seems to be stiff right now, so it keeps the pose that you put it in. You get the waist, the legs kick all the way forward, almost all the way back, all the way out to the side. You get thigh rotation. You get knees that bend more than 90. You get a ankle swivel or mid shin swivel. I showed the ankle pivot, but let's do that again. You get this. You get that much forward. You get some back. The toe does this even if you don't want it to do it. It does that. And the heel can be expanded and retracted. So he is crazy poseable. Here is a tall Voyager class figure and a deluxe figure, who was also known to be crazy and left maniacal. Here he is next to a current day leader class figure, who happens to be one of the taller leader class, so normally they'd be even shorter than this dude. Here's a comparison I almost forgot to do while I was mentioning they were similar in vehicle mode. They're more similar in robot mode with them having long, lanky bodies. This is a deluxe class, everybody. Granted, he is very thin, but he is tall. Like, while I'm here, let me bring in a big Voyager class. Or what I was saying is a big Voyager class. Let's bring my leader class comparison back out. I mean, he is not as substantial plastic-wise, but he is tall, and they don't do that anymore, really. Now, one thing that Transtech Cheetor had going on, and here's an image of what he would have looked like if it came out. And I forgot to mention, they did make this into Cheetor with that similar Transtech face, outside of making it just the basic chrome dome, or what they were calling Mnemo. But here's what I was going to say. You can actually, if you want to, pull these feet up, shut this heel spur, or heel. I need to stop saying heel spur because it's not a heel spur, it's just a heel. But that's been a Transformers reviewer trope for years. And now he can roll around on his wheels. I think Blur might have been able to do that in the cartoon, but I'm not sure. But if you have something to prop him up with, that's a display option if you want that. Here's what he's working with 6-inch action figure wise. So if you want to pretend that he transferred his body to some type of human sized mech or whatever. And yes, I know he shouldn't have on both goggles, but that's what it is. Hey, at the end of the day, I really like this figure. It does have the issue with the feet, but you can work around it. I like the accessories he comes with, and I like the way it looks a lot. So that's the main cool part. When I saw this, I was like, I want this. Typically, they're weird, wacky exclusives for BotCon and stuff like that, or TFCon. I don't get a lot of them, but this one I really, really wanted. So there's that. Anyway, I guess I should do reverse transformation since I did the transformation, and I'm not doing a separate video. So let's get to that. We can actually. I'm gonna start with the chest. I'm gonna push the head down, lift this up, bring that down, lift this up, bring that down, separate this, bring that down, lift this up, and at this point we can rotate this, lift this up, and then rotate this out. And shut that down. We don't have to do anything with this. Move this, and as you're coming down, kind of like bend this and make sure that this panel is behind the head while you're pushing this down. Maybe we can open this up. but it needs to be pushed. And let me bring it up closer. This panel right here, this purple panel, needs to be underneath of this panel. So it's kind of wacky. It's like you gotta bring them down in such a way, yeah, like that. You can shut this and make sure the waist is straight so that the peg behind this orange piece can peg into the crotch, and push that down. And we're good to go right there on that. If you open this, shut it. Now we can pull this out, get it out the way, pull this out, get it out the way. Unpeg the wheel, rotate it, lift it up, and peg this into the hole right there. Make sure that that's straight. Same thing on this side. Lift that up, rotate it, lift this up, and peg that into place. Now we can unclip this, rotate the forearm this way, and then pull this panel out from underneath of there. Lift that up, pull this out, rotate the forearm, close it up. Wait, before we close it up, I didn't bring out this panel. Now we do that. We can get this out the way so we can get the legs started. But the legs, they need to come out to the side, bend the knee so we can get access to this panel. Move that panel, rotate the leg this way, and get this panel completely up so that we can bend this and straighten the leg up like this. So now it should be angled like that. I'm going to just finish this leg. We can rotate this with the clip in right here. Pull this up, shut the heel, and get that straight. Bring this down like that. Make sure it can roll. I'm going to try that on this side. Smooth. Bend this knee. Lift up on the panel right here. All the way till it's out like that. Rotate the leg. Bend right here while straightening this so it can be in this position. And we can rotate the ankle or mid shin. Put this clip back in. Separate the toe. Shut this heel. And bring the toe back here. Make sure that this is angled. Now we can bring the arms. Make sure the hands are pointed this way. Go ahead and bring the hand through this cavity. Peg that peg into the side of here. Peg the peg that's on here on his leg inside of this forearm piece. And we can go ahead and lift this up and plug that into place. And just to finish it completely off, we can move this panel over top of the clip that's on the side of his wrist and make sure that this goes into that cavity right there. Same deal over here. Bring the hand in here. The hand is already rotated correctly. Plug it into the side of the leg. Plug this in and then plug this into that. Wow, moving this up to here. This stuff came apart while I was doing that. But now, here it is back in its vehicle mode and we're good to go. Anywho, like I said, I got this from Toy Dojo. You can check their website to see if they have any more stock, or if they don't, check anywhere else if you want it. Somebody might have it in stock somewhere. Until next time, T-Man978 out of here.
Figure action. That one's me.
Join the Syndicate Toy Hunters Facebook group. Link in the description.
Click the videos. Click the videos, baby. Click
the videos. You should really click these videos. Click the videos. Click those videos, baby. Click the videos. You really should click those videos. Click the